What's up everybody, it's DaYDreaMz. Welcome back to the channel for another Clash of Kings video. So guys, this video is a lot different than anything I've ever made before, and it's something that's a long time coming because nothing's ever been made about it here in the mobile war gaming community. So basically, this is going to be an anti-bullying video, and before you go click off the video, I think that everybody listening can gain something from it. So here's the thing guys, mobile war gaming is a lot different than any other mobile gaming. So the top mobile games are like Clash Royale, Candy Crush, Pokemon Go. All great games, all different games, but the difference between them is that at the end of the day, if you lose to someone in Clash Royale, you might get mad, you might get upset, you might get mad that they BM'd you, hit you with bad manners, and laughed at you when you lost. But they can't type something that's going to make you feel bad, and you don't lose anything from it, okay? The worst that's going to happen to you is you're going to get a loss on your record, which happens. So, just like in all those games, nothing bad's going to happen to you if you lose. You're not going to lose anything from it. In this game, along with other games in the mobile war gaming genre, you can lose years of hard work in 1 second, okay? You can... just so many bad things can happen, so that makes it a lot more of a toxic community. And before I get into this video guys, I want full disclaimer here. I'm not perfect. I've said things in these games that I regret and that I shouldn't have said. Probably the worst thing is I called someone, whether it's true or not, I called a female the W word, W-H-O-R-E. In case there's any kids watching that don't know how to spell, even though only 6% of my viewers are children, which is why usually I just curse. But I'm trying to cut it out, guys. I really am. I'm trying to I'll still talk about stamps and everything, but I got to cut back to actual dropping F-bombs and stuff because it's just not a good look. But basically, once it goes from, if you threaten to kill someone in the game, that's no big deal. But once it goes outside of the game, that's when I have a really big problem with it. Especially, guys, let me explain something to you. So, you know how you use your Facebooks and stuff to connect yourselves to these games? Do not ever, and I repeat, and if you're doing it right now, stop now, okay? Do not ever use your real Facebook, because people that could be your friends today could be your enemies tomorrow, and there are people psychotic enough out there to harm you in real life. Now, whether that be, very few would actually probably show up to your house, which I've been threatened, which I'll get into. People have threatened to come and, beat me up, kill me, all kinds of stuff. I've been threatened to be sued many times. I'll probably get threatened to be sued for this video, but I already checked and made sure I couldn't be sued for anything. But, yeah, there are people that want to harm you, and if they don't harm you that way, what they will do is they'll find imperfections with you, with your appearance, with anything. That's why I stopped using my own pictures in these games, because I don't, I'm not really self-conscious at all, but I don't want to draw more attention, and I don't want to have to deal with that. And also, people can they can mess with your family, they can attack your family, which I've had happen in the past years ago. This was 10 years ago or so. I had people attack my relatives on Facebook. When you beat people in these games, they get really upset. So that's what I'm trying to raise the most awareness for. Because what I'm going to show you here in a minute is probably going to disgust, well, if it doesn't disgust you, then you should probably just unsubscribe from my channel, because you would disgust me if this doesn't disgust you, extremely disgust you. So we've had a lot of, well, I'll just be blatantly honest. The reason that I don't want to give ARY and ARE a share of the throne in Realm 351 is because of King G 777 and Miss G 777. We've had a lot of bad blood. I could go into a whole separate video on that, and if you want me to, I will. Let me know in the comment section down below. But 2 days ago, it just went way too far, and I seen something so disgusting that I will never forgive them again, because what King G said, I'm just going to let you read it for yourself right now. Actually, I'll read it out loud to you. Hang on. I'll read this out loud to you. So here's the screenshot. This is a real screenshot. Okay, I'll just go ahead and say it. This is an alleged screenshot, okay? If you guys want me to, I can have, it's now Sanju's account. I can have him get on there and show you what time G sent it, allegedly, and, you know, everything. I can just show you that it's legitimate. He can click on the picture, show you that it's really that account. Everything's legitimate. And I don't think G's denying it. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't, but I haven't seen him deny it. Miss G said something to me about it, that she was aware that the message was sent. But let's go ahead and read this message together. Most of you probably already read it, but let's go ahead and read it right now. Okay, I'll make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to read. King G77 to a member named Justified. Now, Justified left his alliance and joined our alliance, so he was upset about that. Rightly so, and sometimes I'll threaten to kill traitors in the game. Like, I'll say, yeah, I'm gonna kill you. Or, yeah, if you leave LOK, you're not welcome back. You're not part of the family no more. But I don't ever make it personal with their actual life. That is none of my concern. Probably the closest you could ever say, and I didn't even say anything about the person, didn't make fun of him or nothing. I was calling a member who, I didn't know he quit yet. Okay, first off, he was in like a farm alliance. His name was Jiggles, and him and I hashed it out. But I kept calling him and telling him that he had like 15 minutes to get to the alliance before the end of the dragon campaign. And then he told me his daughter was sick and stuff, and he says that I told him that I don't care if his daughter's sick, he needs to get back in the alliance. Whatever. If I said it, sorry about that, but I never actually made it personal, you know what I mean? Let's go and read this. Enough with me. I'm just trying to think of anything that I've said before. That way people can't say, well, you said this, well, you said this. Well, I'm going to be fully transparent with the things I've done and said, because I know I never take it too far. I never take it too far. Okay, King G to Justified. Now, a backstory. Justified's dad recently committed suicide. Killed himself. So Justified is now fatherless, and I can't imagine what that would feel like. But I can't imagine it would feel good at all to have your parent commit suicide. When your dad died, he did die to get away from the trash bag inbreed mistakes he brought in the world. Stick around getting details on your cousin, which is your wife, and those 4 kids you drive around in the van. It's nasty. What I heard, shoot yourself and clean the world. So, not only is he trying to make this guy feel bad as if his father killed himself because he was a mistake, because he was like a bad son. So, he's, you know, because I'm sure those thoughts would probably go through your mind already if your parent killed themselves, because you'd be like, damn, what? Why didn't they love me enough? You know what I mean? Like, you would think weird things like that. So, I know I would be a mess if that happened to me. I wouldn't even get on these games. And then, the worst part to me isn't even that. That is, like, that's already disgusting. But I'll tell you what the worst part is to me. It ain't even the part about his wife being his cousin. That's, you know, you can even call that a joke. But here's the disgusting part to me. He goes on after trying to make him feel as bad as he can, and he goes on to be so petty, so freaking petty as to say, to make fun of the van that he drives his children in. That nasty van, from what I heard. And then he laughs about it, about how nasty his van is. That's because they stalk people on Facebook. That's why I'm telling you guys, don't ever use your Facebook. That's how they get information on people. That's how, you know, they get information on Crimson Rose. That's how they get information on all these members of theirs. And then, you know, they'll just put you down any way they can. These people make fun of any woman in the kingdom. They call Rose Woodpecker. Any female who can challenge Miss G's looks and that they feel is better looking than Miss G, they come up with any little imperfection. Like they call Rose Woodpecker, they call Kirsten Forehead, they call Jezebel a hooker, and white trash and all this stuff because she's from Alabama, I guess. I don't know. But, and then they call, like, they have names for Breezy. Any of these girls that have shared their picture or they got them off Facebook, they make fun of. And I really want to get Bowsy in on this video because he's got some info that he wanted to share as well, but I'll leave that to Bowsy to share. But yeah, this is just disgusting how he brought up their the vehicle he drives his kids around in. Listen, guys, I don't care. It don't matter what vehicle you drive around in. As long as it gets you from point A to point B, and, you know, you're constantly improving in your life, who the fuck cares what you ride around in? Sorry for the F-bomb right there. Who cares what you drive around in? You know, I know when I was a kid, I was always self-conscious of what vehicle I drive around in. Like, when I was like a kid, like a teenager, but now, I really don't care. It really does not bother me. It's just about, does it get the job done? But yeah, I just thought that was like the pettiest thing ever. After trying to make someone feel as bad as you possibly could, you had to throw that in there. But this is just some of the bullying that goes on in my kingdom 351, and I get messages from you guys all the time about people bullying you in your kingdom, saying racist things and messed up things. Just make sure you report the messages. Hopefully Clash of Kings you know, at least bans the chat at first, and if they're a repeat offender, hopefully they ban the castle. We gotta clean up the game now. Listen, guys, I'm not some soft social justice warrior. This has been going on in our kingdom for 2 years now. I get called a broke YouTuber every day, and you know, all kinds of different names, which I don't care about. They think I care about, like, you know, how much money I make. Listen, I used to make way more money than I do now, but I'm so much happier making YouTube videos and hanging out with all my friends that I've made through YouTube that I don't care. I'm happy, you know what I mean? That's all that matters, guys. Don't let that stuff bother you. But let's take a look here. So, bullying statistics, bullying suicide. According to the CDC, suicide is the third leading cause of death of youths between the ages of 10 and 24. It results in approximately 4,400 lives lost each year. Deaths from youth suicide are only part of the problem. So I just saw that little statistic on bullying. We got maintenance coming up, but I'll try to wrap the video up. But basically, guys, try to try to report any bullying that you see. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I don't think that I'll say things sometimes, like, you know, I might say something to someone, like call them a curse word or this or that, but I'm 99% sure I've never gone as far as to insult. Like I said, I called one person a W-H-O-R-E, and most of the time when I name call, it's not, I don't mean really what I'm saying, but in that case, you know, I had evidence to back up what I was saying, so I felt justified, but even then, I don't feel good about doing it. But yeah, that's just something that I want to see cleaned up in our community, and I hope that we can spread awareness through this video. If you could, share it with your Alliance members, share it with you know, people from your kingdom. You know, I want to see, I know that you guys are always sending me screenshots and stuff. Send me screenshots of like the worst things you see said in your kingdom. You know, obviously any of this racist stuff, any of you know, I see a lot of Islamophobia, a lot of people calling people terrorists and stuff. That shit makes me sick. You know, half of LOK is Arabic, and they've been nothing but good to me. Bloody Killer is Arabic, nothing but good to me. All of my Arabic friends have been nothing but good to me. So when I see that stuff, it really, really irritates me, because I haven't met a bad Arab in this game, really. Maybe a couple here and there, but really far less than I have from my own culture, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's something that I really, really want to see cleaned up in the game, because we shouldn't be, you know, taking this game so seriously that if something, you know, goes wrong, that you're gonna want to try to make someone feel so bad about something so serious. Like death, it doesn't get any more serious than that, than death and people's kids and family. Like, it doesn't get any more serious than, like, you know, someone dying and then trying to rub that in on them, then making fun of the vehicle that they are providing for their family with. Because, you know, that has to be something you're self-conscious about, because kids have a weird, you know, kids are very self-conscious as it is. So, you know, as a parent, I can imagine that you want to provide the best life you can for them. So for someone to really put you down for that, it's pretty fucked up, man. And I couldn't just sit by and not say something about it. I made a post on Facebook. It's got like 1,000 replies already. I'll include that thread down below if you guys want to hop in that conversation. I'd love to know what you think about this. You know, like I said, these are alleged screenshots, even though I can get on Sanju's account which is Justified Little Account. That's who he sent the message to. I can get on there and show you that it was sent from that account. So, listen, whether it was G or his cousin, who he claims gets on his account and stuff, or Miss G, who gets on it every day, I'm just saying someone from that account said those things, and it's really messed up. And hopefully we can raise awareness so that, you know, this type of thing stops, because there's no place for it in our game or in any game. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, smash the thumbs up button before you get out of here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.